Hi Flosstube, my name is Haley, otherwise known as Peregrine Stitcher, here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Welcome to my channel, which is all about cross stitch. Today is June 2nd, 2024, and this is Flosstube number 24. It's been a New York minute since I have done a Flosstube. I know the last one was in February, so it's been a while. I have had a lot of life going on, but I have been stitching as well. So I have been looking forward to getting caught up and showing you what I've been working on. So we'll start out with some finishes and works in progress. I really don't have much in the way of haul. I do have a couple giveaways today, so stay tuned for that. And then a couple of brief life updates. But I'm gonna have to keep this quick as I am leaving for Chicago this afternoon. So let's get right to it. Okay, so I have several finishes, or mini finishes. Some are big, some are not. So my first finish, I hadn't pulled this one out in a long time. So this is the Loose Feathers series by Blackbird Designs. This is number 4. I'm doing all of these on the same fabric. So I had done 1 through 3, and now I have finished number 4. So here it is. It's looking good, yay. So let me bring you in close so you can take a look at number 4. I am using the called for floss, and I'm stitching this on a 36 count fiber on a whim Affogato. So yeah, I had forgotten about this one, but I really enjoy stitching these, so I'm gonna try to chip away at it and do maybe 1 a month. Really beautiful. Kind of a different set of colors than I typically work with, so I actually enjoy it. Having a little change of pace. Okay, so that's Loose Feathers. And this next finish is actually a small finish and also a big finish. So as you know, if you watch my channel, I have been working on the Plum Street Saltboxes. And I last time had finished the Autumn Saltboxes. And this time I have finished the Winter Saltboxes, which is the last set. So that means it's all done. So here we go. Go back a little bit. Isn't that great? Okay, so this is on a 32 count raw linen, and I just used floss from Stash. So let me show you the Winter Saltboxes a little bit closer. I just love the snowflakes on that red house, really cute. And then the little reindeer. Yeah, so much fun. So I didn't make them like, I just did a regular white border. In the charts, they're made to look like Polaroids. But since I was putting them all on one, I just kept the border even. So I'll probably frame this all together in one frame. Well, I absolutely will. Yeah, that's what I will do. So I just love this project. It was so much fun to stitch. And I'll look forward to getting that framed. Okay, so this is actually going to be one of my giveaways because I don't anticipate ever probably stitching these again. So I'm going to give away all 4 salt boxes together. I feel like I don't want to give them away separately because anyone who does one is going to want to do the other 3. So if you just include the word salt boxes in your comment, I will mail these anywhere in the world. And good luck. They're so much fun to stitch, so I'm sure you will enjoy it. Okay, the next finish is also sort of 2 mini finishes and a big finish. So you know I've been working on this 5-part project by 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers, And so I did finish this one. This is part 4, which is My Heart is in Flames. And then I also finished part 5, which is The Quiet of a Nest. And let me show you these. Okay. And these are all done on a 40 count Hemingway by Needle and Flax. Let's see here. With the Roxy floss. Okay, so these are all in kind of 2 pieces of fabric, but you can see here in this corner, this is part 4. My Heart is in Flames. That's part 3, the rose right above it. And then I have to flip it this way. This is part 5, which is The Quiet of a Nest. And then this was kind of a bonus. It wasn't part of the 5-part series, but it is from the original sampler. It was kind of a bonus chart that I got at Stitch North. So I did that one as well. And then here are parts 1 and 2, which I've shown you before. So yeah, I see if I can get them all in one screenshot here so you can kind of see how it all fits together. Yeah. So this was so much fun to stitch. I mean, this last one, this part 5, I'm glad it was part 5. I don't know. This one was the most challenging. There are a lot of leaves in there, and so it was a lot of light green, dark green, light green, dark green. And the birds, you know, I think were not as colorful as some of the other birds. And there were not as many flowers. Like some of these flowers are totally fading. And so if I had known that, I might have picked a different fabric, but it was kind of a mystery stitch along because this was not available until after I had already stitched the other 4 pieces. But I think it's okay. It's really beautiful. And I think as a whole, it turned out really well. And so the idea is to put them all together like this. So with the big one in the middle, the one I just finished, and then the 4 little ones on the side. I don't know what I'll do with the big one. But what I guess what I wanted to do was to make it into a 9 patch with into a pillow, a big pillow, and that's okay because I have another big pillow on my couch and this would look really good next to it. So it would be, you know, this one in the middle, 1, 2, and then these 2, 3, 4, oops, upside down. And then I don't know, there might be room like across the top for this as a header, you know. So my challenge with this, however, is that I don't sew, and there's no way I can make a 9-patch pillow. So if you know of anyone who might be able to assist with that and who would have some cool fabrics to use for the patches, that would be great. Please let me know in the comments or send me a DM or something because I would like to get that finished. It's been a lot of work and I'd like to have it out, but you know, it doesn't make sense. Like, this is not something I can frame. It has to be made into something else. So I need to find a finisher, a good finisher who can help me out with that. So if you have any suggestions, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, those were my finishes. And now I will move into my whips. Some of the same ones that you've seen all along. I continue to work on those. So this is the Modern Folk Embroidery 2023 Sal. And I've made a lot of progress on this because it's been 3 months. So here we go. So here it is. This is on 40 count Albarium by Cedar River Linens. And I'm using Roxy Floss. The dark blue is called Uncle Fester and the green is called Sageish. And so last time I had finished up through the bottom of this medallion. So I finished, you know, this bottom part and then all the pedestals all the way down. So it doesn't look like a lot, but it really is. So it's coming along. It's so pretty. I don't have that much more to go. It's still going to take me probably 2-3 months if I continue to work on it each month. But we're getting close and it's so pretty. I just love it. And it's huge. Oh, I don't know why I always pick these kinds of projects. But I love them. So I'll keep working on that because it's so much fun. And I have another big project here, which is my Stitch Folk bag from Words of Wisdom. This is Mary 395. Another big one, and I've made quite a bit of progress on her as well. This is also on 40 count Albarium by Cedar River Linens, and I'm using Belle Soie Cranberry Silk Floss. So yeah. So last time I had finished up through the, I think, maybe 2 sets of numbers. So I finished all the numbers. And now I've gotten down into starting some of the borders, which are so much fun. And I did change the initials over here. On the chart, this is HA. I changed it to HH because I'm HH. So yeah, it's been a while since I've worked on this. I want to get back to it because it's just so much fun to work on. And so Sarah from Sarah's Stitchy Spot actually finished hers. I'm so excited for her. I actually got to meet her in person at Stitch North, which was amazing. She's my Stitchy twin because we have so many projects in common. And pretty much everything that she stitches, I also want to stitch. So at some point, there's probably going to be like 100% overlap. And it seems like everything that I stitch, you know, she's already either working on or planning on working on. So that's funny. Okay, sorry, moving on. My next whip, this one, every time I work on it, I love it more. This is by Hands Across the Sea. This is Martha Walmsley. And I'm keeping it in this tote bag that I got from Hands Across the Sea, which is Martha Walmsley, which I love. And so, oh, wait until you see this. It's so good. It's so good. Look at that. I'm going to leave this up. Maybe this will be my screen grab for YouTube. So I spent obviously the majority of the time on that bird in the middle, and I finally finished it. It was so hard. That tail was so much work, and it was really, really hard to count because I have the paper chart, and like right here was the middle of 4 different pages, and so constantly just going back and forth trying to count and figure it out. But it all worked out. Oops, trying to get you in a little closer, so let me see here. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. I have to say I am kind of glad that the bird is done because that was pretty intense. But it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. And so I think next time, and I can't wait to work on this again, I think next time I am going to finish this other little flower here, take the border across and do this vase. And then, you know, we'll bring it down, finish the bottom. I haven't decided yet what I'll do in terms of a verse, or if I'll even include a verse at all. I'm not going to include the scripture that's on there. But I don't know, I think it looks okay if it's just blank, because there really isn't a lot of space there. Yay. It's so pretty. It's just, this is one of the favorite things I've ever worked on. I just love it so much. Okay, I have two other whips to show you. So the next one, I pulled this one out, I hadn't worked on it in a while. So this is Modern Folk Embroidery, Song of the Nightingale. And I did quite a bit on this actually. So, make sure it's right side up. Here we go. So I got almost done with that middle part, the middle section. It's pretty stitch intensive, those 4 corners, but it's coming along. This is on a 40 count Porcelain by Roxy. And the flosses, the dark blue is Great Lakes, the medium blue is Deja blue, and the pink is Oink, and those are all also from Roxy Floss Co. So yeah, so pretty. Just love this one. Okay, and then I have one other, and I pulled this out while I'm here in New York. I kind of got to a stopping place with the rest of them, and I feel like I've been working on the same 6 or 7 whips for like, I don't know, the last 6 months. So I wanted to work on something a little bit different. So I went through my basket that I have here in Dryden, and I pulled out this one, which I haven't worked on in probably 2 years. So this is Lavendar and Lace Spring. It's very old school, but I am just loving stitching it. And I think I'm gonna continue with it for a few more days. So here we go. This is what it looks like. This is on a called for fabric with a called for floss. So I had finished up through like where it says spring right here. So over the past few days, I've started on the lady, and it's just beautiful. I don't know if you can see the sparkly petite treasure braid in there. I've done everything except the beads on her hair and around her the top of her dress. So I just think it's just so pretty. I mean, just the shading in her hair alone, that's like, I don't know, 8 different colors. And the dress is gonna be amazing. So yeah, I was feeling springy and wanted to work on something different. And I love that one. Okay, what else here? Those are all of my whips. I don't have any haul, but I don't think I showed this to you, and I wanted to. So my kids had bought me some cross-stitch charts for Christmas, which was so nice of them. And I think it was partly Emme's friend who ordered these from, I don't know, maybe China, but you would have to probably know Chinese in order to find these, so I thought I'd show them to you. I have no idea how or where to get these, but I thought they were interesting. So this is a kit, a cross-stitch kit from Taobao.com, and that's really pretty. I think I would stitch that. And it comes with all the DMC. So yeah. And then there were a few of these other little ones. They're kind of like bookmarks. And I think these are also, they're DMC. They're from DMC, but they're produced for Asia. And so there are 3 bookmarks. And I think I actually will do these too. They're beautiful. And these are little credit card holders, I guess. Aren't those neat? I love them. And then there were 2 other ones, and these are adorable, but they're not really my style and probably not something that I will stitch. So I'm going to do a giveaway for these as well. So you'll, when I show them to you, you'll see what I mean. But they're adorable, but it's just not something I probably will stitch. So they're cute little kittens with fruit. Look, there's an avocado and grapes. And then this one has watermelon and some fruit I can't identify, some Asian fruit. I don't know. Very cute. But I'd like them to be stitched, and it's probably not going to be me. So let's say if you want this one, say avocado. If you want this one, say watermelon. And I'll be happy to ship those out as well. And, you know, I think maybe it might be a good project if you're teaching one of your kids to cross stitch or something like that. Very cute. Okay, I think that is all I have for cross stitch. Like I said, I got to keep this short because I have to go get in an airplane soon. But just a few updates because it's been like 3 months since my last Flosstube. I think when I left you, I was heading to Denver for a conference. I had a speaking engagement there. It went well. Denver is a great city. I really loved it. It's beautiful. And the downtown was a lot of fun. And then I went to Carlsbad, California for another conference. That was beautiful. It's kind of between San Diego and Los Angeles, but it was very warm and had a great time there. My friend Emily, who some of you may recall, I typically go visit in London. She came to upstate New York because her daughter is going to Cornell. And so she came to visit her daughter, and we got to spend the day together. And we went to a spa that's up on Cayuga Lake, which was beautiful. Got to spend the whole day just catching up. And that was great because we hadn't both been in Ithaca together for 30 years. That's where we met, when she was a student at Cornell and I was a student at Ithaca College. So we've known each other for a long time, and it was just kind of fun to meet back up again in Ithaca with our kids, our grown kids now. So that was a lot of fun. Let's see, I went to Stitch North in Toronto. It was so great to catch up with table number 5. We had a lot of fun. And just seeing everyone there, it was great. Like I mentioned, I got to meet Sarah from Sarah's Stitchy Spot. Betsy Klager was there, Ellen, Gwyneth, Caroline, Carrie. A lot of people were there. It was so much fun, as they always are, right? And I'm sure other people have covered it in more detail, and I don't even have the stuff here with me that we got because it's in Chicago, but it was fabulous, as it always is. And I'm signed up to go to weekend number 2 next year. The kids are doing fine. Margaux is moving to LA in August. She's going to go to art school, which will be a great adventure for her. And Emme is going to South Korea with a friend for the month of July to take some classes at Hanyang University. So I'm a little nervous about that, but everything will be fine. Another great adventure. Margaux and I in July are taking a trip to Spain. just for a vacation so I can have a chance to spend a little time with her before she heads off to LA. I'll still go visit her, but you know, I just wanted some quality time before she finally, hopefully, flies the nest. And then the other thing I've been super busy with, and I'm in New York right now, is that somehow I ended up on the garden tour. So I live in this little village, and every year they pick 5 houses or gardens that are on the garden tour. And my house was never a candidate for the last 15 years. However, I had, you know, over the past few years, hired a woman to help me with the landscaping, and she was very much beloved in our village. She was the head of the beautification brigade, and she lived right down the street from me. And so it was great. She just took care of everything and made everything beautiful. And she used my garden as actually her project to get her organic landscaping certification, which was amazing. And so we were working on that to implement, you know, her ideas. But unfortunately, she passed away suddenly from cancer, which is very sad and unexpected. But apparently, you know, her dying wish was that my garden be on the garden tour, which is fine, except that I don't live here anymore. I live in Chicago, and she was a key part of the whole equation. So I have found another gardener, and he's working on it and seems to be doing a good job. But I'm leaving for Chicago today, and I'm not coming back until the day before the garden tour. So fingers crossed, everything will look okay. Because I guess there's like 200 or 300 people who are gonna come look at my yard that day. I don't know how I get myself into these things. I really don't. Anyhow, other than that, like I said, I've just been super busy. I've had a lot going on with work, none of which I can talk about because of the nature of what I do, but it's just been really stressful, and I've been traveling a lot. For those of you who know me, I don't anticipate any life changes anytime soon, but there's just a lot going on. So that's what's going on right now for me. I hope it won't take me another 3 months to make another floss tube, but we'll see, because the summer looks pretty busy. I'm going back to Chicago today, and then I'm driving to Indianapolis tomorrow to speak at another conference, coming back Wednesday, and then I'll be in Chicago for a couple weeks, and then back here in Dryden for a week, and then Spain, and then Chicago, and then Dryden, and then Chicago, and then LA for Margaux, and then Chicago, and then Dryden. I don't know. I don't even know where I am at any given time these days. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you're all well. Again, if you would like the giveaways, it's Saltboxes for the Saltbox patterns, and watermelon. Oops, I just spilled my water. And avocado. Okay, I guess that's it. Hope you're all well, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.